You've probably heard the phrase, breakfast is the most important meal of the day. But for millions of adults over 60, the wrong breakfast may actually be the most dangerous. What if the toast or oatmeal you trust each morning is silently pushing your cholesterol higher? In this video, we're going to fix that with 3 specific breakfasts that help your arteries stay flexible, your numbers move in the right direction, and your mornings feel lighter again. High cholesterol doesn't always feel like a threat until your doctor says the word statins. That's when the anxiety starts. But what if one of the strongest tools isn't in a pill bottle, but on your plate? My name is Dr. Samuel Hartley, and I've spent 17 years helping older adults reverse metabolic markers through simple food rituals. Let me show you how breakfast can become your heart's daily reset without giving up the foods you love. 1. Avocado egg bowl, a good fat start. James is 67. Mornings used to feel heavy, not because of what he did, but what he ate. A plain low-fat breakfast left him feeling foggy and flat. But when his doctor mentioned rising cholesterol, James made one quiet change. He started the day with something simple, soft-boiled eggs and half an avocado. This small shift had a big effect. He said, "It was the first time I felt clear-headed by 10 a.m. Why does it work? As we age, our digestion slows, and our body makes less bile, the fluid that helps break down fat. In fact, bile production can drop by up to 40% after 60, according to a study in Aging Research Reviews. That means even healthy fats can pass through undigested, leaving cholesterol floating in the bloodstream. But avocados are different. Their fat is mostly monounsaturated, the kind your body uses more efficiently. Think of it like oil that doesn't need much soap to wash off. Easier for your liver, gentler for your gut. And when you add eggs, especially soft-cooked, pasture-raised ones, you're giving your body choline, a nutrient that helps clear something called homocysteine. Too much homocysteine can make your arteries stiff, which is one reason cholesterol starts sticking. A 2015 study in the Journal of the American Heart Association found that eating 1 avocado a day lowered LDL cholesterol by 13.5 milligrams per deciliter in just 5 weeks. James's version was simple: 2 soft-boiled eggs, half a ripe avocado, a pinch of sea salt, a splash of lemon, no toast, no sugar, no confusion. And within days, his energy shifted, not in a flashy way, just steadier, clearer, quieter. Have you ever felt that difference between a breakfast that clogs and one that clears? 2. Sardine toast, omega-3, and soluble fiber. Together, Martin used to skip breakfast. "Coffee's enough," he'd say. But after a mild stroke at 66, his cardiologist gave him one task: eat a proper breakfast. Not pills, not powders. Just food. The first thing Martin tried? Sardine toast. And he never looked back. Here's why this unusual combo works. Sardines are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, especially EPA and DHA. These fats help lower triglycerides, reduce arterial inflammation, and increase HDL, the good cholesterol. They also make platelets less sticky, which supports smoother blood flow. But pairing sardines with the right base changes everything. Whole grain rye toast, unlike white bread, delivers soluble fiber. This fiber binds with bile in the gut and escorts excess cholesterol out of the body. Think of it like sweeping out cholesterol before it ever reaches your arteries. When omega-3s and fiber are eaten together, they work on 2 fronts. One calms inflammation, the other removes cholesterol waste. A 2019 study published in Nutrition and Metabolism tracked older adults who added canned sardines plus rye to breakfast 3 times a week. After 8 weeks, LDL dropped by 9.2%, and HDL increased by 11%. Martin keeps it simple: 1 slice toasted rye, 2 to 3 sardines packed in olive oil, A squeeze of lemon, crushed garlic, or sliced tomato on top, no cheese, no sauces, just clean fuel. He says, I used to think fish at breakfast was weird. Now I look forward to it more than coffee. Have you ever eaten something that seemed strange at first, but then became a comfort? Sometimes your heart needs a new favorite. 3. Chia coconut pudding, fiber. That binds LDL. For Rosa, breakfast had to be simple. No pans, no fish, nothing that made a mess. Just one bowl she could prepare the night before and eat in the quiet of her kitchen. Her favorite, chia pudding with coconut milk. What seems like a gentle breakfast is actually a cholesterol-clearing powerhouse. Here's why. Chia seeds are rich in soluble fiber, the kind that traps LDL cholesterol in your gut and carries it out like a sponge. They also form a gel when soaked. That gel slows digestion, stabilizes blood sugar, and reduces cholesterol absorption. A 2020 clinical trial from Nutrition Research followed 63 adults who ate chia daily for 8 weeks. The result? LDL dropped by 9.5%, and CRP, a key inflammation marker, dropped by 18%, all from a few spoons of soaked seeds. Now, let's talk about coconut milk. It's not just creamy, it contains medium-chain triglycerides, MCTs. MCTs help the liver burn fat more efficiently and may improve HDL levels in older adults. Think of it like putting kindling into your metabolic fire. It catches faster, it burns cleaner. Rosa's chia bowl is simple. 3 tablespoons chia seeds, ½ cup unsweetened coconut milk, a pinch of cinnamon, a few blueberries or crushed walnuts. She makes it at night. It's ready by morning, and it works. She told me, I thought breakfast had to be boring or bland if it was healthy, but now it's the most peaceful moment of my day. Have you ever found a small morning ritual that felt like a reset, not just for your body, but for your mind? Sometimes the quietest choices bring the biggest shifts. 4. Myth versus fact. Oatmeal always helps. Carol thought she was doing the right thing. Every morning, she'd microwave a bowl of instant oats, add a banana, a splash of almond milk, and a little honey. It felt warm, familiar, comforting. So, when her cholesterol crept up, she was confused. Isn't oatmeal supposed to help? That's the myth. And it's time to clear it up. Here's the truth. Oats can support heart health, but only when eaten in the right form, at the right time, and with the right pairings. The kind most people buy, instant oats with added flavors or sweeteners, are broken down so quickly they spike blood sugar just like white bread. A study from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, 2013, found that instant oats caused a 45% higher post-meal insulin spike than steel-cut oats. That matters because repeated insulin spikes can raise triglycerides and increase LDL oxidation, both risks for heart disease. What's worse? When combined with fruit juice, almond milk with additives, or flavored yogurt, the healthy breakfast becomes a sugar bomb in disguise. Now, here's the fact. Whole-rolled oats or steel-cut oats still contain beta-glucan, a soluble fiber that binds cholesterol, but only if you pair them with healthy fats or protein to slow the glycemic response. Think chia seeds, flax, eggs, or nuts. Carol didn't have to give up oats. She just had to change how she ate them. Now she mixes rolled oats with chia and cinnamon, lets them soak overnight, and eats them cold with a handful of walnuts. Same ingredient, different effect. Ever thought a food was helping you until your blood test said otherwise? Sometimes it's not what we eat, but how we eat it. That makes the difference. Martin didn't change everything. He didn't count grams, skip meals, or chase trends. He just looked down at his plate one morning and asked, is this helping or just familiar? That was the moment things started shifting, because sometimes the biggest health decisions aren't made in clinics or labs. They're made in kitchens, quiet, personal, one breakfast at a time. Maybe it's an egg on avocado toast instead of cereal, or a chia bowl instead of fruit juice. Maybe it's just one better choice before the sun gets too high. If any part of this helped you pause and think, that's already progress. So, here's a gentle question. Which of these 3 breakfasts would your heart thank you for tomorrow? Let me know in the comments. Your story might give someone else their next first step. And if you'd like more calm, science-backed ways to care for your body, you're always welcome here. Next time, we'll talk about one drink that lowers blood pressures better than green tea. Until then, keep breakfast simple and healing honest.